A very good evening and welcome again at RoboCup Live. I'm here together with
Yes,
Kurt.
welcome again, yes.
A lot has happened, of course, at the RoboCup 2024 in Eindhoven today. Kurt, what have you been doing today?
I've been giving a live commentary for the standard platform league for the
So
Now robots.
The little Now robots
The little
competing,
Now robots,
yeah?
because they're now going to the second phase where there are quarterfinals, half finals, so the teams get better.
Yes, that's also a thing. So yesterday was a lot of practice, was a lot of calibrating robots. Today actual games have been played. Tomorrow we enter in the real competition phase because tomorrow, for example, in mid-size league, it is decided who is going to the semi-finals and the finals. The semi-finals and the finals are played on Sunday, probably similar for the other football leagues.
Yeah, there are a lot of competitions and a lot of contestants, so it's the next phase is going on there. And it's with Dario. Dario is from a team, a Now robotic team from here, from Eindhoven, and it's very funny to do it together.
Commenting on the football games is more fun when there's two of you.
Indeed.
Of course. You can follow some of the results in the app, the RoboCup 2024 app, but it's a bit difficult sometimes to find your way in it. If you're supporting a team, that's the place to be. Apart from football.
Yes, I went to some different competitions. So everybody knows RoboCup from the soccer competitions, but there's also an at-home competition. And at home are robots designed or trying to be a companion in the home environment.
A robot butler, kind of.
A kind of robot butler. So, for example, there's a competition where you can sit down and ask a robot for a drink. And then the robot is supposed to get to the car, to the closet and get the drink for you.
Yeah.
Another competition is where you can ask a robot to put a bowl on the table, to get the cereal, and to pour in the cereal into the bowl.
Serve me breakfast.
Serving you breakfast, indeed. Okay. And then what I think the most interesting and the most promising competition is the loading the dishwasher competition.
So we have dishwashers now who do the dishes, but we're very annoyed that we still have to put the things in the dishwasher and take them out. We want robots to do this.
And as you can see here, the competition is very simple. The competition is simple, but it's a quite difficult task for the robot itself. So it has to detect all these different items on the table. So there's a cup, there's a bowl, there's a plate, there's a spoon, there's a knife or a fork. And it has to detect them, grab them, and put them into the dishwasher at the correct positions. There are extra points given to the robot or to the team if it puts the cup in the right position at the right place in the dishwasher.
This one just dropped it.
That's for the referee to decide whether it's just or not.
Okay.
So, and the bowl, for example, the bowl has to be placed
upside down, of course.
Upside down, and the cup as well.
Or it will be full of water.
Extra points if the items are placed correctly into the dishwasher.
Very important here, the cutlery that is on the table is recognized by their camera. It's not that they are in fixed positions.
No,
so
they're in random places as well, indeed.
So you cannot pre-program the way they grab it. They have to detect it and then autonomously grab it.
And together with Peter, I was giving a live commentary on the live feed for the dishwasher competition. But spoiler alert, we're still not there.
We're not there. I was going to ask, how did it go? Like, for example, here, the cup, it was okay. The bowl was the wrong way around.
Yeah, this is one team, and some teams managed to get it into the dishwasher.
What went wrong with the plate?
It wasn't in the correct position. So the plate has to be vertically within the, I don't know how to call these things.
These little sticks, yeah.
But
the spoon is good.
The spoon is good in this, and the knife, I'm not sure what. I think he'll drop it next to the tray.
But he's dropping it from a very high height. Oh, he's going a bit lower.
And then he's dropping it.
Knife goes there. Yeah. So, do you have supporters there? Are there fans cheering? Knife, knife,
there
knife,
are
knife.
Fans around and being very quiet and hoping, please, please. There are people fingers crossing to make sure, hopefully, these robots will take over our lame jobs to fill the dishwasher. It's a first world problem, I know, but it's something a lot of people are looking forward to.
Also important, this doesn't give an overview of the state of robotics at this moment. These are student teams that develop this themselves and will hopefully build these robots for us in the future. Yes, what is left for the at-home team?
I'm not sure what other competitions are going through.
They have more challenges.
There's more challenges, but
tomorrow.
I was really focusing on the dishwasher.
And are they winning, or didn't they tell you?
I'm not sure.
They have been world champion, the Dutch team.
The Dutch team. I'm not quite sure because there were a lot of teams and there were a lot of competitions going at once. Yes, you have to ask Peter. Peter is going to give a live commentary on the live feed for the next days as well.
Oh, so on our live streams on RoboCup.live, you can find all the live streams of the competitions. One of them is the at-home competition, and at some points there will be challenges there, and there will be live comments by Peter.
Yeah, Peter is of Tech United as well.
Tech United of the Dutch team that is hosting this RoboCup also. You also went to logistics.
I also went to logistics, another not so very known championship in this RoboCup. And industrial is there are real life robots coming from two different kind of competitions. You have the at work and you have the logistics as well. So the industrial is the league, and then you have two different sub-leagues.
Because that's the thing, of course, we see fancy football robots here, we see robots doing housework, but industrial robots have been around for a very long time, doing very specific tasks in industry, in factories, and there's also a competition here for students who want to build and program their own industrial robots.
It's a really standardized environment, so you see some machinery, some setup, and one robot is, in this particular moment there is one robot, but the team can use 3 robots at max, and these, in this simulated environment, they have to do order picking. So they get a list of items, cups in this particular case, white, yellow, red and green or black, and they have to go to the different machines and find these items and stack them together and deliver them at the specific end machine.
Okay. And so points are given if the correct item is pushed in the right place and everything
and
like that.
How much time they took.
Oh, it's also a time thing.
Yeah, normally there are 2 teams competing against each other at the same time. And so the team who get their lists the first wins.
Okay. Did you do some extra interviews there or more?
Yes, I did also an interview with Christian. Christian is the leader or the one behind this project. Because this is the most practical part of all the RoboCup.
It has immediate use cases.
Immediate use case. It's a very standardized protocol. They're using the machine standards. It's only the machines themselves are smaller, but all the other things the students are doing, are programming, are dealing with, are the same as in a real industrial environment.
Okay. Wonderful. So you have covered at home league, you have covered the logistics league, and you did some live comments.
Yes,
with the Now Robots, the standard platform. That was a wonderful day for you, I think.
It was a very hot but rewarding day for me. Yes.
That's great. Good. You will not be here tomorrow.
I'm going
home. Thank you very much for the past days.
It was a pleasure to be here.
I hope you had a good time.
I had a good time.
Well, thank you, Kurt. We are now going to invite Alan to the table. Alan has been visiting the junior leagues because not only the student teams from higher education are competing here, also teenagers can compete at RoboCup and do different things. What kind of competitions are there for juniors?
So in the junior, I visited 3 competitions. So you have children dancing or having a stage play with robots
on
together.
Stage,
on the stage, the on-stage competition. Of course, there is a soccer competition, just like we have a lot of different.
Not on big fields, but on a table then?
On a smaller field, yes, indeed. And then we also have different types of rescue competitions.
Okay, and that's also on a table where the robots drive around and find objects.
So 2 of them are on a table, and we also have 1 in simulation.
Okay.
So that's of course done on a computer.
We have a special guest here because she kind of invented the junior leagues. We are going to welcome to the table Amy Iguchi. Here is your microphone. Thank you very much for being here. We can move a bit to this side. Yes, excellent. How has the junior tournament been so far?
I guess it's going very, very well. I have been on the on-stage judging panel. So I have seen on stage most of the day, last couple of days. But I went to soccer a little bit and then see the rescue. I think everything is going well.
You were there from the very beginning of the junior competitions.
Yeah, 2000.
2000.
Yeah.
So they were started in 2000. What was the main drive to start junior competitions at
So
RoboCup?
actually, idea came around like maybe 1997ish. So RoboCup started a couple of years before RoboCup Junior was at it.
Yeah.
So the people started RoboCup Junior. What's the goal of RoboCup?
To make people enthusiastic to study and research robotics, I think.
Yeah, but what is the ultimate goal of RoboCup?
Beating a human team in 2050.
2050.
Yeah.
Right? So the people started in 1997, 98. How old are they going to be by 2020, 2050?
Retirement age.
I guess. I don't even know if I'm going to be alive.
Okay.
Right? So the researchers who started RoboCup, soon after they started, they're like, okay, wait a second, how old am I going to be? Then they started to think about, okay, so we need to actually start teaching the young generation to be able to carry this mission,
Yeah.
to have a soccer humanoid competing against human in 2050. So that was the main reason why we started RoboCup Junior.
Great. Is there a different atmosphere at the junior competition than the major competition, or is it similar? Do you
Are
think?
you talking about 2000?
No, about now. How do the young people interact, and how do they feel during the competition?
I think they're the same competitors, right? So they're here. Their mission is to compete, right? So the way the participant actually work is very similar to major and rescue. I mean,
Okay.
major and junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's several competitions going on. So you have on stage, you have soccer, you have rescue. Do many of these teams go on to compete in the major leagues when they're older? Do they stay in RoboCup?
Well, you're gonna be in trouble if all of them move into major league,
see.
right? Because junior and major are almost the same size.
Yeah.
Right, so you
Okay.
don't want everybody to move on.
Yeah.
But I have seen quite a lot of students moving on from junior to major league.
Yeah.
But there's a big gap in between because junior ends, the age is 19, right?
Okay.
And then once you're done, then you are basically college students. Now, major competitions are very difficult for college students. So
Yeah.
there's a big gap in between major and junior.
Okay.
Now we started something called bridge competition.
Oh.
So if you go to rescue, I don't know if you have seen those small arenas on the side of it. It's called Rescue Rapidly Manufactured Challenge.
Okay.
A competition. It's RMRC.
Yeah.
And then that's to have high school and college students who are actually more advanced to join. That's like an entry point into rescue league.
I see.
And then if you look at the small size league we can see from here, you see two different sizes of the field, right? Small one and big one. Small one is called Field B. Field B have a lot of undergrad teams joining. And I have one myself. They're not competing this year. They're actually looking to join next year. So there are a lot of bridge competitions happening too.
Great. There's also an invention that was made in the junior competitions that is now finding its way to the major competitions. You have decided in the juniors at one point, why don't we let the teams work together?
Yes.
So they have to combine the technology that they built and find new ways to make their separate robots communicate and work together, the super
Right.
teams.
Yeah, so super team came about probably 15 years ago. The mission is to have 2 or 3 teams working together. At soccer, I think it's 5 now.
Okay.
To form a new team, and then we give them certain amount of time to work together. We give them a new task, so they have to actually create the solution. Sorry,
Yeah.
this is live. Yeah, solution for that particular challenge.
Yeah.
And then they work together. The RoboCup Junior's mission is really learning, right? So if we are just doing the competition, the teams are just teams learn to come, but they're not really learning something new.
Yeah.
So putting them together, different teams from different countries, speaking different languages, it was really difficult back whenever we started because we didn't have a Google Translate.
Oh, yeah.
Now we have Google Translate.
Also, they learn to work with Google Translate,
Yes.
communicate. And of
Yes.
course, now the major competitions, like the humanoids, are also using super teams. Because, of course, when you build your own hardware, you have everything on board to make it communicate with each other. But then a new team member enters with other hardware, and you have to kind of invent new things to make them communicate.
Yeah. It's a very good challenge for even, I think, Major League too.
Excellent. Wonderful
you.
that the junior competition inspires the major
Yeah,
competition.
that's
And
amazing.
I hope that your junior competitions will deliver many more enthusiastic robotics
I hope
students.
so too. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you so much.
Amy Aguchi.
Thank you.
And Alan, you have been visiting some of these junior competitions. Did you go to the soccer ones or the rescue ones or the on-stage one or everything?
I went to everything today.
Really?
I
Okay.
was really into our junior competition today.
Let's start with soccer. How does it work?
So in soccer, I saw teams competing of 2 versus 2 robots.
Here
and
we see them. They build their own robots, I think.
They build their own robots and then they compete to each other. So they're also fully autonomous, but whenever a goal is made, then they have to manually still push the button. So I think that's a bit of a difference with our major league, but of course we cannot expect all these things from our students.
I was at RoboCup last year in Bordeaux. The loudest cheers and the most fierce competition was the junior soccer cup. The last day, you had people packed 3 rows thick around these. They almost started betting with money. That's what the atmosphere was. It was amazing. So I'm looking forward to Sunday to see the junior soccer teams
It is
compete
very
again.
amazing.
Yeah.
They're the most enthusiastic teams I've seen.
We have a schedule here. This is what is happening tomorrow at junior soccer. That is the teams that are competing against each other. And then in the evening, there is something there.
A mandatory surprise thing.
At 6:30, there is a surprise thing for the junior soccer competition, and it's mandatory. They have to be surprised. And so then they will have a challenge. And I think it will be here in this hall, and we're very curious what they will have to do. Okay, on to the Rescue League.
Yeah, so also in the rescue league, there are differences. So I saw 3 different competitions. So there are simulations, and then there are robots that have to solve a maze and detect obstacles and detect points in the maze and find their way out again. And then there's also a competition where they have to follow a line.
The line following, very typical robotics challenge. But we are going to invite Diego Garza, who is going to join us. He is in the committee of the Junior Rescue Competition. Hi, Diego.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for being here. How was the day at Junior Rescue today?
It was really great. We had a lot of teams competing, trying to do their best, and they had an amazing experience on the rescue league.
Yes, excellent. I think we also have some images that we can show from the Rescue League. Maybe you can tell us what is happening here, Diego.
Sure. This is a rescue maze competition. So basically, the robot is investigating the disaster zone, trying to locate any victim where humans may or may not be able to arrive.
So when the victim is a real human in the major challenge, you use a symbolic doll or something, or...
Yes, we try to use 2 different kind of victims. We have visual victims, and also we have color victims. So that way it's simplified for the participants to locate and identify them.
Yeah, okay. Here they are working on the robots. The robots are completely self-built by the junior teams?
Yes, they develop everything from the hardware to the software, the electronics, and also they are fully autonomous, so they need to let the teams do everything, and the robot will be able to solve the challenge by themselves.
We see them coding a bit here. I think this table is the line following.
That's correct.
How does it work?
Well, in this case, the robot needs to follow a black line that is going to have different patterns on the floor. And the idea is that they need to be able to get from point A to point B and identify victims in their way, go over obstacles and speed bumps.
Some people might think following a line is not that hard, but they have to know that these are teenagers that start out with wheels and pieces of plastics and microcontrollers and actuators, and they have to put everything together themselves.
Yes, and having different shapes is really hard for the teams to actually identify all the possible patterns that they could have. And at the same time, to do it in a fast and efficient way, it's important for the teams.
And moreover, Lieven, there are also obstacles. I don't think there will be in the video, but I saw also the lines were covered with sticks and with other debris. There was sand where they have to rescue the humans and sort them.
Yes, we try to replicate real scenarios where the robots is not going to have it so easy to identify real victims. So if they want to get to real people, they will need to eventually get over obstacles that they are not expecting.
So it's not just following a line.
You're right, you're right. They make it deliberately difficult.
Exactly.
You need some robustness there. Who has the funny task of inventing objects to throw on the lines?
All the amazing judges that are supporting us in the competition, they have the role to help us to send the victims and place them in the different areas of the field so they can find them by the different robots.
Excellent. Have you been talking to some teams there, Junior?
I do have, I did some interviews with some teams there. I think we will place that on our YouTube channel.
Yes, the interviews that you did and that Kurt did throughout this day will be on the YouTube channel. You can watch them there at your own time. There is also a simulation rescue for the juniors.
That's correct.
So is that just in a simulated world that they just have to write the software and not build the robot?
Correct. That's a way that we have for us to test faster and also without investing in the materials that a real robot will require. But it tries to replicate everything in the computer, so it's also able to simulate real scenarios like wind, gravity, and all the different situations that a real robot can encounter. So that way we can encourage the teams to do robotics competitions, whatever they are, and also encourage them to continue looking for great solutions that may be faster to do in a computer instead of try to replicate them in the real world.
Okay, excellent. Maybe somebody is watching and they think, I am a teenager or I am a school teacher and I want to compete in RoboCup Junior, Rescue or something else. What do they do?
Oh, definitely you can go to your local, to the RoboCup website and you can learn more about the different competitions that we offer. We have different regionals from all over the world, and that's the best place to get engaged with the robotics community, just get started, learn more about the rules, learn about how to build a robot, and go on and start learning and improving over year with the different competitions, and eventually they will become probably the world champion.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Keep inspiring those youngsters to become a robotics scientist. Thank you, Diego
Thank you for
Garza.
having me.
So, Alan, you did not only visit the soccer and the rescue, but is it your favorite junior competition, the last one?
No.
Or don't you really have a favorite?
I like them all, actually.
You like them all. You cannot
it's
choose
the
between.
enthusiasm of the kids that is
Yeah.
unmatched.
But the third competition that you visited was on stage.
Yes.
How does on stage work?
So there are kids programming their own robot, just like in the other junior competitions. But this time they have to make a performance on a stage with this robot. I believe they get extra points for interaction with the robots, and they can be very, very creative.
Okay. Well, the good news is that we have one of the main organizers of this year's on-stage junior challenge here, Margot Edwards. Join us at the stage.
Hello.
Hello, welcome on stage.
Thank you. On
But-
stage.
But
yes.
without robotics.
Without the robot.
So
we
boring.
have one here.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
There's not an Arduino in this one. So, on stage, children performing together with the robots. What are the rules? Can they push buttons on the robots, or can they change things? Can they program them?
Well, it's all about, RoboCup on stage is an open competition. It's all about how you actually integrate technology. So it doesn't have to be for a particular task like rescue or soccer or any of the other leagues where you've got to perform a task. It's actually saying, well, if you can have any technology on stage, how can we have fun? How can we actually get the limits of that technology in a performance using human interaction, interacting between robots, and just having a fun time for students who might have this great idea of how they want to recreate a scene from their favorite movie, or to explain an idea or a passionate project for them in terms of the environment or different, loads of different things, or just have a fun on stage dancing with robots. And you can actually showcase that. So the robots actually judged on how well they actually have features. So if you think of like a Spot Dynamic like a Spot that we all know, Boston Dynamic Spot robots, they all have features. They can avoid obstacles, they can pick up different objects, and they can do that really, really well. On stage, it's the same thing. You have your robots, they can do things, and you can put that into performance. So you get judged on how well your robot can do the different features of the robot. So it's a great way to actually showcase what students and what they're able to do when they don't have a clear idea and they're up to their creative. The options are limitless.
Anything that can happen on a stage, because you mentioned dancing, of course, playing out a story, inventing one yourself or replicating one from a movie, or even doing an informative presentation like a talk at a corporate event. It's all covered there. How difficult is it to compare them when you're judging?
Well, with all the RoboCup leagues, it's all about what the students get out of it and how much they learn. They're really educational part, and that's definitely what has been inspiring to our participants and teachers to get involved over the years, that educational focus. And so with on stage, it's not about how amazing your robots are in terms of what technology they have. It's how well the students can actually say, well, this is what I've done, this is how well it presents on stage and how well it actually performs on stage. But also we have interviews with the teams for them to explain what they did and why they did it. And that's how the scoring works, is it's not just about how amazing your performance is, but actually it gives the opportunity for the teams to be proud of the work that they've done and through the scoring system that way. So it's a very different way of looking at robots, but it means that you get that really nice educational focus, but also allowing the teams to be proud of what they've done. And that's something that, with robots, you talk to any roboticist. And I'm a roboticist myself. We love talking about our robots and what they can do.
We do. I'm a roboticist too.
I'm surrounded by roboticists.
We're all here. Yeah. And this is RoboCup, and this is what it's all about. Yeah. And the skills transfer so nicely to all the leagues. To see the technology being used in onstage, it's being used all over the world, all over RoboCup, but all over in different parts of technology. We've got augmented reality in performances.
Really? Nice.
Where else will you see augmented reality at a RoboCup? Maybe in a display for robots not in industry.
I saw some VR glasses, but no AR glasses yet
cool.
on the pitch. I'm pretty sure if I was the right age, if it already existed, I would have been very enthusiastic to do some performance with technology on stage. Did you get to see any acts?
I did, actually.
What did you see, Ellen?
It was an amazing performance by an Italian team. I think we can go to the video.
Oh, we can show some images? Oh, so there's an act on stage, and some of them are human, and then there's a lot of robots interacting with the kids there.
I even see a Now robot there.
Yeah.
That should be in the Major League. That should be playing soccer. But look at it. It's on stage. It's not doing just a demo program. It is actually the students who program that themselves.
That's amazing.
How amazing is that? That we see the technology that will one day play soccer, or currently playing soccer, but used in a completely different way in a performance. And that's what onstage provides. It's amazing.
Did you get some explanation of them, of how they built everything? Did you hear that too, or was that on another time?
We did not have an interview with... yeah, we did have an interview. I think Ton had an interview with them on Wednesday, which will probably also be available on the
That's
YouTube
right.
channel.
We had an interview with this team. I remember when Toon was here on the first day and they were still in rehearsing, and so we even filmed a rehearsal of them. They also did an explanation of everything they used. We are going to put it on YouTube. One downside for our channel is that our channel is not registered as an educational channel, so when they use protected music, copyrighted music, YouTube takes it off.
Yeah.
But you have a channel that does have an educational mark.
Yes, so we can actually have our RoboCup official channel, which has all the different documentation and videos from onstage. So not just the actual performances, but also the students will make videos of explaining how their robots work, and also all their technical, all the technical parts behind their programs. So it's amazing to see, and definitely worthwhile having a look at our YouTube channel.
Excellent. Where do you find it? It's on YouTube and it's called?
RoboCupJunior on stage.
That's very clear. Go to YouTube, type in RoboCupJunior on stage, and you will find amazing clips and also explanations of how they did it. Thank you very much for being here, and enjoy tomorrow, of course.
Thank you.
Margot Edwards. So, the weekend starts now.
Yes.
We have survived until Friday.
2 more days to go.
2 more days to go, and very beautiful days, of course,
I
Ellen.
think we will see a lot of interesting soccer matches mainly.
That is true. That is true. The mid-size league over there will absolutely be very beautiful, I think, the coming days. And also the other competitions will have, well, the best teams will find each other tomorrow and the day after.
Yes.
So I also hope that tomorrow we can show some results and show what teams are in the lead. And of course, I noticed today that you became a robot football commentator, Ellen.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What did you comment on?
I commented like Kurt on the standard platform league with the Now robots. Very cute.
Oh, wonderful. I took a very nice picture of you together with Dario doing the comments with all the robots in front of you. Oh, I was also wondering, you were watching the on stage. Your specialization is soft robotics.
Yes.
Anything that you can think of that soft robotics can do in an on-stage performance?
Well, soft robotics can, of course, like mimic nature. So if we would have a performance with, not only human, but animals or plants even, I think that would be very beautiful, very nice use case for soft robotics.
I see you next year at the on-stage competition. With
Unfortunately, I think I'm too old for that.
you just make a team of children, and they will just put something. You can even do the face mimics with soft robotics,
that would be cool.
or you could just show all the kids teams what soft robotics can do, and they will go, oh, we can use it. We will put it in
I
there.
think there is even a soft robotics workshop here at the
There
science
is.
exhibition.
That
so
is true.
Everyone that wants to learn more about soft robotics should definitely check it out there.
Absolutely. More soft robotics at the RoboCup. Thank you very much for joining us. There is some cheering behind us because a lot of robots are doing a collective from left to right. It's a Dutch thing. They like to jump from left to right whenever there's football games. So we're going to close off here and shoot some images of that you can see at our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Tomorrow we're back starting 9 o'clock, robocup.live. All the live streams will be there. 7 o'clock, we will be back without Kurt, but with Ellen.
I will be still here.
For another Today at RoboCup. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Give me